Nation. I was just in South Dakota. Shout out to you guys in the Midwest. Just had an amazing time. And one of the most amazing things going on right now all across America as we're moving towards Tent America and preparing to fill the state capitals, university campuses with outdoor public tent gatherings all at the same time. 24, actually 50 hours of worship, music, prayer, gospel proclamation. So much happening. But there's many people that are giving their life and their heart, not to an organization, but to a dream of God to fill America with incense, with His presence, with a public encounter with Jesus, where hundreds of thousands of people are going to see Him, are going to encounter Him. And so today I'm just stirred and wanted to share out of John 17, because we're always talk about this is a Jesus movement. And I really believe that it is. In fact, I shared, it was probably a couple of weeks ago now, maybe a month ago, one of our leaders here had this open vision from the Lord where Jesus was standing in the nation's capital. This was like 13 years ago. He was standing in Washington, D.C., and all these people were around Him. And then Jesus starts to walk across America, and all these people in this vision are walking across America, stopping in their states. And then she saw in this vision, the fire of God falling in the states as they stopped in their like state capitals. And so she saw this movement 13 years ago in an open vision that was something she never experienced before. And so I do believe the most encouraging thing about that was that Jesus was the one walking across America. It was actually in His heart. There was something of His desire that was being poured out across America. And I really do believe our team here and people all across America are sacrificially, voluntarily giving their time and their heart to see the manifest presence of Jesus flood our nation. Campuses, capitals, thousands of people encountering Jesus. It's going to be a national encounter with Jesus. So Jesus' words then really matter. It's His movement. This is one part of what He's doing. We just really want to be where He is and do what He's doing, say what He's saying, just run with Him. That's Song of Solomon 1. You know, draw me and let us run together. That's really the deal here. And I know many of you that are part of this, that are watching, it's really the thing that's in your heart. It's just to be with Him where He is, to hear. But He's a wild man. Jesus He's consistent, but He's unpredictable. I love that about Him. He's like, you always know what He's going to be like in terms of His character, but you never know what He's going to do next. That's really what Jesus is like. He's full of surprises, full of new things, full of creativity, full of zeal. He's the happiest man that's ever lived, according to Hebrews chapter 2. He's anointed with joy above all His companions. He's the happiest person. He's fully God, He's fully man. He has blueprints and dreams and strategies for America and for the nations of the earth. There are things going on right now that He's initiating. He's the one that had the original dream, and we're just with Him where He is, saying yes to Him. And so this movement of Tent America is one of those things. There's many things, but this is one of them that we honestly feel Jesus came up with it. And He's in the middle of it, and He's walking across our nation, and He wants to see unity, presence, worship, creativity, and the proclamation of the gospel literally flood America. So it's a Jesus movement. It's His dream. It's His deal. And we're just saying yes to Him. But when you say yes to Him, you step into His wildness. And you know, one of the jokes we have around here is that we always say Jesus drives up downhill fast. It came from this dream someone had many years ago where they saw Jesus driving a bus, and it's full of people, and He's going up a mountain, and He's like going so slow. Everybody's in the bus going, Jesus, hurry up, hit the gas pedal, and they're frustrated. Then He crests the top of the mountain, and Jesus in this dream, He floors it, and the bus is going downhill so fast. The same people that just a minute ago were going, hurry up, are freaking out, going, slow down, slow down. And so Jesus' ways are backwards sometimes from ours. We would be accelerating going uphill and hitting the brakes going down. And in this particular dream, He's doing the opposite. So He is a wild man. He doesn't operate on our timetable. He doesn't do it our way. Sometimes there's long periods of delays. But He is absolutely leading a procession that's going to culminate in his return to the earth. And we get to be part of that. I mean, this thing is not hype. It's not made up. It's the real thing. And Jesus is leading a procession. So Tent America, which is the state capitals and campuses, this is one piece of what I think and honestly believe is a real procession. I mean, think about this. It's never happened before. And he's been confirming it. And many people, hundreds of people around America are being stirred right now. And you could be one of them. You could be watching. If you're part of a campus, or if you're part of a local church, or you're part of any kind of house of prayer or missions movement, I want to invite you in. We want to invite you in to a family, to something going on that is unprecedented, but is real and authentic. So one of these key Bible verses that's around this is John chapter 17. This is Jesus' last prayer before going to the cross. I'm just going to take a minute on it. But listen to this language. Jesus is praying this prayer right before he dies. This is his final prayer. He's in the garden. He's weeping. He's in an intense moment. And he says this to God right before he dies. He says, in verse 20, I don't ask for those only, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one, just as you, Father, are in me, and I in you, that they may also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. The glory you've given me I've given to them, that they may be one, even as we are one. I and them, you and me, that they may become perfectly one, so that the world may know that you sent me and have loved them, even as you loved me. Father, I desire that they may be with me where I am, to see my glory that you've given me, because you loved me before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, even though the world does not know you, I know you, and these know that you've sent me. If you're watching, many of you, you're in that category. You know that Jesus is real, that he was sent by the Father. I made known to them your name. I will continue to make it known, that the love with which you have loved me may be in them and I in them. This is absolutely one of the wildest, most remarkable prayers and passages in the entire Bible. This is a prayer Jesus prays that gives the why behind the what. This is honestly the why behind the what of all these tents, of this movement that is currently going viral across America. This gives us the why. This answers the question of the missions movement, of the worship movement, of the Great Awakening. Okay, so number one, he goes, I pray that they would be one just like the Trinity is one. So that's number one. He's a family man, and he wants to build us together in relationships that are empowered by God to such a degree that we begin to love one another the way he actually loves the Father, that the way the Trinity loves each other. And I'm not even going to try right now to unpack that, but I want to say it out loud in this moment, live on social media all across the world. I want to say the thing that Jesus is doing for real is he's causing us to fall in love with one another. He's causing us to increasingly be one. And Tent America and this whole movement is one part of that. We're finding churches, communities, praying, worshiping groups are finding one another. They're not just finding God's presence, but they're finding each other in the process, and they're falling in love with each other. California, shout out to California right now. That on the mall we had, I think it was 30-some groups from all up and down California that came to D.C. together and have now gone back to California, and they're doing things. They're meeting together. They're organizing gatherings. They've fallen in love with each other, and the story that's coming out of California is awesome. And I think it's one piece. In many other states it's the same. That's for real right now. So number one, we fall in love with each other. Number two, Jesus says that he loved us the way the Father loves him. And this is crazy. So why is there a musical, worshiping, extravagant movement going on all across America? Well, it's simple. Because we're discovering that Jesus feels about us, the Father feels about us the way he feels about Jesus. And again, I'm not going to even try to open this up right now. I just want to say, for real, this whole deal is happening because God feels about you and about your city with the intensity with which he loves Jesus for all those that are in Jesus. And this is unbelievable love. This is a love movement. I mean, it's not words. it's an actual reality where God is awakening in the hearts of millions of people a revelation of what He feels toward them and what the cross means and what the resurrection means and what His purpose and plans look like, which is going to culminate in the wedding supper of the Lamb. It's going to culminate in absolute, euphoric, unbridled love. It's going to cover the earth. And we're part of that. And then, just last point, he goes, I've made known to them your name. I will continue to make it known that the love with which you've loved me may be in them and I in them. So he's saying that there's going to be billions of people, Lord willing, all over the world, when God answers this prayer, that actually feel about Jesus the way the Father feels about Jesus. We're actually going to love Jesus the same way God loves Jesus. We're going to love God like God loves God. So this passage is unbelievable. It answers the questions of the why behind the what. And so we want to invite you all across America, all across the world, to take a sacrificial step and connect to these tent gatherings. It's September 27th through 29th. State capitals and campuses. If you're on a campus and you want to sign up, get on our website and sign up to join, to sign your campus up and maybe take initiative to see a tent on your campus during those days. And so I want to invite you to be part of this, man. And also, if you can make it July 5th through the 7th, right here in Virginia, if you go on awakenthedawn.org, you can see the info. We're having a national family gathering. It's really in the spirit of John 17, everything we just read. This is not just a conference. This is a gathering of the family. So come, we're going to get time together. Lou Engle, other leaders are going to be with us during those 3 days. We're going to have just a blowout time to get relationally connected, worship and pray together. Lou and myself and others are going to be sharing, and it's going to be awesome. So July 5th through 7th, if you can make it, it's free. We need you to register. Get on awakenthedawn.org. Come and hang with us right here in Virginia and join the family. If you're on the East Coast especially, come. But all across America, people are flying in from various states, and we're all going to be together during those few days. That's the 6th and the 7th is actually the National Family Gathering. Sorry, July 6th and 7th. So get online. You can register for free for that. Otherwise, you can sign up for Tent America. And we want to invite you to be part of this. And then one final plug. If your heart is burning for the nations, come and join our Awaken the Dawn team base here in Virginia for the MAPS School for Virginia. It's basically a semester in the fall of total immersion into day and night worship and prayer, biblical training, supernatural ministry, vision for the nations, and then followed by a semester in the Middle East, frontier missions. And so we want to invite you into our family even in a deeper way if you're stirred to join us for that. So you can get on mapsglobal.org and you can find more information about that. So, love you guys. God's doing amazing things. Great time a couple weeks ago in South Dakota. Great things are happening. If you're in North Carolina this weekend, we're going to be in Raleigh, Durham, and doing an ATD/Burn 24/7 event down there. That's going to be awesome. So, love you guys. Can't wait to see you somewhere soon. And sign up if you haven't.